Did you know there's filters on this now?
No.
You are now. No, I'm joking. I haven't put anything on your face.
You are now green.
You are the alien you've always wanted to be. The Palladium. Palladian?
Pleiadian.
Pleiadian.
Good evening, guys. I'm just doing a quick little sound check. Just bear with me.
I'm just doing a quick little sound check.
Yeah, there we go. We are all good.
I did not know the delay wasn't that much. That's quite impressive.
And it's strangely worrying.
I thought it was like at least half a minute. Hello, guys. Welcome back to a different podcast with me, Steph, and this lovely pink-haired wonder of the world, Lindzi.
I've left my mug downstairs, but I'd finished my drink, so.
Yeah, mine's about, to be fair. You know when you have a coffee for too long and someone's like, is that cold? And you're like, yes, but I will drink it.
Yeah, I still drink my tea and coffee cold, just out of sheer, I'm not wasting it.
Is it not weird how someone that can have like the most absurd food sensitivities can also be okay with something that someone would
really turn their nose up at?
Yeah, like you're not a beans fan, are you?
No, I hate
The
them.
face.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry to be traumatised.
There's not much that I detest, but that is one of them.
Someone said, I can't remember if it was Kat, said it was only baked beans and the other beans were okay. Correct me if I got that wrong.
That's me.
That was you.
Yeah, I know that Kat doesn't like baked beans, so I don't think she likes kidney beans and chili or anything.
She doesn't like any beans.
Yeah, whereas I'm cool with all beans, just baked beans. I like them firm. You know, with a baked bean, it's like, are you meant to be just biting it? Are you meant to swallow it? Like what?
I don't think they touch the sides when I eat them.
They
just get yammed
They're in those little horrible cases that just pop like that. It's definitely a texture thing. I'm surprised I like bubble tea.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You like boba.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like you can't always.
sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't always make it make sense, can you?
Have we seen any red lizards this week?
That was you took the words right out of my mouth. I was like very excited about discussing this. So, no, in short, I'm not. But so last week I spoke about the pink duck being the sign, and that I hadn't seen any pink ducks, but I had seen flamingos. And then I went to my brother's house at the weekend, and my little niece, she comes over, little kids always want to show you something, but she'd got this little tin in her hand, and as she's chatting away, she opened the little tin and there was a little pink rubber duck in it. It was the cute, it really felt like a cute little sign. Or,
so sweet.
Having a bit of a joke with me, like there's this pink rubber duck that this whole time I've not seen. Now we've kind of changed it to a new sign, as it were. And then
to be brought to you by your gorgeous little niece.
I know,
well. Just like what a delivery of a message.
She was kind of like chatting about school and whatever, and then just popped it open, while she's talking, and I was like, oh my god, there's a little pink duck in there. So cute. And then I was cleaning the bus on Saturday. I had a mad spring clean, and one of the book titles caught my eye, and it was Red Fox. So that made me laugh, just because I was like, oh, close, but not correct. And then something else over the weekend caught my eye because it said Red Lily. So I felt like it was getting closer, and I was like, I know this red lizard's going to appear, but it's actually not.
It's like, if anyone's like, what have I just tuned into? What are they talking about? Last week we were talking about spirit guides, and a way to connect with your spirit guides is to just try and converse, right? See if you can connect.
With the universe, with something larger.
Right, is asking to give them signs. So you ask for a sign, and the sign that we gave each other collectively, I assigned to us collectively last week, was red lizard. I spent all week being like, I've not seen one red lizard. To the point I was seeing lizards, but it wasn't red. I was seeing red things, but it wasn't a lizard.
I saw lizards as well. Isn't that funny that you've... So when I was at my brother's, there was this wire lizard, and my mum caught me looking at it, because she watches the podcast, and she went, oh, it's not red. But I was like, I love how you knew why I was eyeing that up. Like, there's a lizard. So it's fascinating we all managed to see lizards.
And Kat the same, she sent me a picture of a orange lizard from her kid's party bag, I think. A great little silly toy to have, but perfect. She was like, is this close enough? And I'm like, mate, it's up to you. You get to decide, is that close enough? So I spent all week being like, no, until, was it yesterday, the day before, I realised The Dungeons and Dragons symbol is a dragon. It is a red dragon. It's just like it's like an and sign made out of a dragon, and it's red. I've looked at it every single day
and never not realised that it was.
Yeah, it's not. I'm looking for a red lizard.
Yeah.
And I understand what you mean now. The universe likes to have a bit of a laugh with you.
Well, this is the thing. I'm really enjoying the fact that everyone's had a giggle with it, not taking it too seriously. You know, that is the point of trying to connect with something bigger, is that, you know, have an open mind and don't be too rigid with your expectations, because that's another thing. So I was watching a podcast specifically where they interview a lot of mediums, and this medium said that his biggest thing that he hates is that when people come along to a reading and they keep their mind closed unless he says if they've got a certain message that they've already agreed with a loved one that's passed on. And so then they close down to anything that they're being told, because they're so adamant, but they're going to give me this sign. And actually, you've kind of got to take those signs with a pinch of salt and realise sometimes that the message might not come through the way you expect it to.
Okay, it's kind of like that ancient proverb, right, where the guy's on the roof of his house, his whole town is drowning, the water's flooding, and a boat comes along and says, "Come on, quick, we'll save you." And he's like, "No, my God will save me and I will be fine." And they're like, "Okay, carry on." Next along, a helicopter comes. Get up the ladder. "No, my God will come to save me." Eventually, the flood ultimately takes this man's life, and he gets to the pearly gates and says, "I believed in God this whole time.
Yeah.
Where were you?" And he's like, "I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. Look for the signs."
Yeah, I sent help. You just chose not to take it.
Yeah, and I think another aspect of, I think if you're trying to connect from a place of desperation, from that place of lacking,
Yes.
you're not going to make, from a psychological point of view, you're not going to make headway with anything if you're attacking it from a desperate point of need. You need to be calm. You need to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Because what you're expecting might not be exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's true, because when somebody loses someone suddenly or before their time, you know, that kind of situation, they can turn to a medium or somebody from a place of desperation, and they're like, "I just need to know they're okay." And the reason that the signs aren't coming through is because of that barrier. It's that coming back to that vibrational thing, like the higher vibrational emotions are, you know, harmony and peace and those kind of emotions. And if you're low down in those emotions, then you're going to be harder to access from the spirit world.
No, definitely. And I suppose from a practitioner's point of view, if they are someone that is bad faith, not the person you should be trusting, it's those moments there when they will prey on you.
Yeah.
You will be most vulnerable and not on your best defence to be able to see that that's what's happening.
That's a good point to make right now, actually, is that a good practitioner will not keep taking your money and keep giving you readings. All of them, the responsible ones that are coming from a genuine place will politely decline after a while, where it's like, "Look, you know, I've given you what I can give you for now. You've got to take that, do something with it, and then come back when you feel like you've made some progress." Whereas obviously somebody that's taking advantage will keep on giving you those readings. They're not bothered, you know, they're happy that you're paying, and that's that.
I'd say the same with therapy. The amount, if you can see that you and your therapist are just there chatting and shooting the shit,
Yeah.
you really shouldn't be there. And if they're still insisting, to the point that you should be able to say to your therapist, "I don't think I need to come as regularly anymore. How do you feel about that?" And have that discussion.
Yeah, and from a tutor's point of view, that's my job well done. when a child or a family feels supported enough that they can let go of my services, that's a time for me to celebrate.
Yeah, it's got that element of sadness.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh God, I've helped you. I've seen that growth in you."
progression.
And then, but yeah, that's when you allow for these moments for them to go away, apply what you've helped them
Yeah.
with, and then they come back and tell you all the great things
Yeah.
that they've achieved because you're able to help them.
Exactly that.
Oh, look after teachers, please. This whole system right now is just...
But yeah, very, very hard work. I was on the radio on Friday discussing education.
Ooh, I hope telling them what for.
Well, I had to be diplomatic because I didn't want to freak them out with my strong view straight away. But we were talking about internal suspensions or exclusions or whatever the term is these days.
Okay.
And you know that my understanding is that the problem is far deeper and bigger than that. It's like, fair enough. As I said, I was like, I'm so glad that this discussion is happening.
Yeah.
That this like guidance given by the government has raised the topic for us to discuss. But yeah, the problem's far deeper than that. And they were like, oh, I'm sure we're going to talk about this again. I'm like, yeah, I'll happily make a whole show about it.
And I will be there.
Yeah.
No, very cool.
Do you know what I've just realised? I should have put another log on the fire. Do you want to introduce the topic while I just quickly run down and put a log on the fire?
Yeah, I certainly can.
I just noticed all the windows all steamed up and I thought, oh, how lovely, the bus is getting warm. But it's not going to stay that way.
These are the real life experiences of owning a double-decker bus that you live in, fueled heat-wise by one fire downstairs. Yeah, you've got to keep that going, because if you let it go out, you just don't. The extra fuel that it costs to be able to heat it back up again, you best just keep it going. I don't know how she falls asleep at night. I'd be there like every 20 minutes, like, was it okay? I did not introduce anything. How I'd be if I had that fire. I'd be like every 20 minutes, just like, has it gone out? Let's stoke it. Like, I just wouldn't get any sleep.
The temperatures it's definitely got slightly warmer. I've not been actually having the fire on as much as I was. And do you know what? Like, sorry, we will get on topic in a sec, but I have actually had the best winter of my life.
Oh, I love that.
Because it's been so cozy, and like in the I'd found this new routine of getting up with 2-3 hours still till work, keeping the fire going all night, sleeping down there, and like the feelings of that winter. It was so just me, the fire, and like my cup of tea type thing, and it was so cozy that I actually can kind of, I'm excited as spring approaches, but it's like, oh.
No, I mean, like, people pay a lot of money to have experiences like this for a holiday.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, it's very,
really
like,
nice.
I can see how it could easily be romanticised, and it's beautiful. It
Yeah.
is really nice here. So I'm glad that that's overrid any kind of coldness.
Yeah,
or,
it's been hard, but it's more than made up for by that, like the little feeling when I look back isn't me shuddering trying to get changed, in the actual, like, with icicles hanging off my nostrils, but
it's not quite the Victorian era as yet.
But yeah, so it's like the memories are positive, which is good.
Oh, I love that. Fantastic.
Thank you everyone that has joined us so far. We've got a hilarious conversation about baked beans going on in the chat. And
have we got any defenders?
No.
Am I alone? Oh, no.
Oh no, Dane loves beans.
Come on, Dane.
But yeah, Kat's gagging at the thought. And then, who's spotted the snowdrops?
What?
The snowdrops out.
Oh, I thought you meant...
Oh yeah, well, it did
Snowflakes.
snowed last night, but
Wait, what?
yeah, last night was snowing when I was driving home.
No way. Oh, I missed that. Definitely none in my area, or I just wasn't looking.
It wasn't particularly settling. It was settling on the cars, but you could tell it was too wet, and it kept kind of changing to that wintry rain and then back to snow.
Okay.
So it may have happened.
But yes, snowdrops. They're all over. Like
Yeah,
a walk
it's
that I
lovely.
take, they've just been like, you can see where they were planted, all like nice and formally all together in the church near me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just loads of
Yeah, they spread, don't they? They're beautiful. Really nice sign that spring is upon us, just around the corner.
Aww.
So our topic for this week then, meditation, as brought to us by Peter in the chat last week.
I thought we were sponsored then.
So he mentioned, I can't meditate. It was something along those lines, wasn't it? That made me like, aha, everyone can meditate. Let's discuss it.
Yeah, and what better people to explain this to than people that once thought
They
the
couldn't
same.
meditate. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I practice meditation. I'm still not good at it. So it's like anything.
Again, you're have again got that expectation of what meditation should be,
Yeah.
and not meeting it to yourself. How do you know that what you're doing isn't? That's it.
Well, so when I do sit down to meditate, I set an alarm for 25 minutes. I can spend the first 10, 15 minutes sometimes still falling into thinking about other things. I'm not expecting to be a genius at it straight away, because it is practice and habit, and
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
the more you do it, some days it's easier than others as well. Like it, you know, it is a case of the more you do it, the easier it gets. But you will still have days where you've just got more on your plate, or your brain's that little bit busier, or you know, won't shut offline. But I think that was my main point that I wanted to raise, is just like everything. It's like saying I want to run 5K. You don't expect the first time you go to the gym you're going to run the 5K. You're happy if you do 1K.
Yeah, I did that 5K and was like, that's it for 5Ks. That'll do.
Yeah, I can run 5K. But you know what I mean? It's like people are so quick to say, I can't meditate. And it's like, well, you can sit there and keep reminding yourself to let go of the thoughts, you know, back to the breathing or whatever it is you're using as your focus. It's not that you're not meditating, you just don't feel like you're very good at it at the minute.
Yeah, and you're never going to improve by telling yourself, oh, I'm not doing it. Oh, I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at it. You're instantly stressing yourself out, which the brain can't do. The brain cannot be anxiety-ridden and calm at the same time.
Yeah.
You got to pick one, and we always suggest the non-stressed one.
And saying I can't, you're correct. You know what I mean? It's like you're already putting it out there that you can't. So it's, you know, changing the perspective on it that you can, and that there's more than one form, and that there's lots of benefits.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. This is an area where science and spirituality meet, shake hands, and go, nah,
agreed.
You're right.
Yeah, I actually did a quick search earlier because I knew the science backed it, but I just wanted to see how heavily it backed it. And there's a lot of research. It's quite widely agreed that meditation has lots of positive benefits for your mental well-being, for your actual brain health.
There's down to like the cellular level where there's studies that are being shown that conditions like cancer, Parkinson's, although are not curing these things, are helping the management of these conditions. Yeah. In terms of empathy, if you want to be more empathetic, just learning how to meditate. There was a study where they compared people that had started meditating to like monks that had been practicing this for decades, and it showed that the area of their brain responsible for empathy was way more active during these meditation sessions and then lasting throughout the day.
I love that.
So just being able to relax the mind, mindfulness, it calms you, which then enables you to be able to process the world better.
Yeah.
We were talking about on the way here, like just having that ability to not think you know everything, because that helps you get angry at stuff. If someone's driving bad and you're like, oh, you don't know how to drive, rather than thinking maybe for whatever reason their partner is giving birth right now and they're not in the best headspace, or something's just happened and there's no reason.
Think the best of people rather than think the worst.
Give people the benefit of the doubt, because it will give you, it's not just about letting them go, it's letting yourself. Have you heard that term of resentment is like giving yourself poison and expecting someone else to
there's something to do with that in there where you keep taking it yourself. Yeah
It's like, let it go, because really it's not about them. Forgiveness is never really about the other person. It is about yourself.
You can feel it though, can't you? Like when I'm feeling angry or frustrated about something, it's like this tightness. So it's a physical sensation in your body that I suppose if you're not building your awareness of it, that can become your feeling of norm, and you're not even realizing that is not a normal sensation.
So we've got a demonstration how to meditate. We're not going to sit here like, we've done that before. Go to the Avni episode. This is going to be meditative eating. So if you've got a snack or something that you like to eat, make sure it's something you like to eat. This is not going to work.
Not baked beans.
It's not going to be really traumatic if you don't like it. Yeah, please no baked beans. But I was going to say something that literally connected to what you were just saying, but...
Sorry, did I brain injure you?
No, I brain injured myself.
Isn't it frustrating when that happens? Because again, you can kind of feel like a little scratch in your mind, and you know that it's like...
Remind me not to set up a podcast so it's not embarrassing. Remind me. Oh, wait.
just if it comes back, just literally jump in. But
no, I'm joking.
No, it's fine. I would not mind whatsoever. But the types of meditation, so meditative eating, when I go on,
this will help you to understand that element of the felt sense. So like what you can feel in your body with all the different senses, not just like how I feel. I feel angry. Like, nope. What do you feel physiologically?
Feel it?
Being supported underneath you, like the taste, the textures, so yeah. Carry on.
No, and that's it. With meditation, there's so many different aspects of it, in terms of you can do a guided meditation where somebody is taking you on a journey and you're kind of visualizing the journey as you go. You can do like an energy cleansing one where you're genuinely visualizing like this cleansing light coming into you and grounding into the earth, deep into the earth, and being able to discharge anything that's bothered you in the day and stuff like that. But then there's meditation in terms of focusing on an object, like a candle flame. So I went to a seed talk last night, and it was on the history of witchcraft. And one of the things this lady used to do, she'd get holy water in a jug, put a flame behind it. It was a bit more like divination and a meditation, I suppose. But she'd put a flame behind it, and then she'd get an innocent person to describe what patterns they could see in the water. But that meditative thing of like, you can just stare at a candle flame and soften your gaze as part of your meditation. Sometimes if you've got a busy mind, having that focal point is actually better.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, I think that a lot of people might struggle with being within their own mind, within their own head. It can be kind of traumatic, which is why you'll often hear guided meditations say, you can close your eyes if you wish, or relax your gaze. Soften the gaze is often the term. Because just being that too closed off could just, we're not trying to traumatize anyone.
I tell you what though, so I find meditation, I love it, but actually doing it, PDA, so it's like
something you have to do.
Yeah, because I want to do it and it's on my mission for the day. I will avoid it, feel kind of stressed over the idea of doing it. But when I do meditate, even if I don't manage to go that deep or clear my mind too much, and I keep having to remind myself to come back to the space and stuff like that, just knowing that inner world exists has really helped me deal with the external stress. Yeah. Knowing that internally, at any point, I could return to that. So it has had a really significant impact on my well-being.
That's wicked, and I wish more people understood it and didn't just take it as a spiritual woo-woo sort of thing, when actually there is a lot of, if people before making business decisions knew to just take 10 deep breaths. If you're deciding something for a long, big decisions, like everyone could benefit from this.
Yeah, just taking that time to actually process.
And that's my argument, that even if you, during your sessions, you're going, no, my brain's wandering, bring it back. No, bring it back. And that's all you're doing, bringing it back. To me, you are still meditating.
Yeah,
you are concentrating on what's happening in the moment and bringing it.
And you're strengthening the habit for the next time.
It's not something like learning Japanese. It's not something you're just going to be able to go, oh, well, I've learnt it now. It's a practice. You have to it's a language. It's a way your brain communicates. It's just stick to it. Eventually you will get to the point where you're not having to do that.
You'll just slip right into your own inner world. I did read today though that there were studies that showed those that meditated regularly had more grey matter, or healthier grey matter, into the older ages. So it was like, in terms of the neuroplasticity of your brain, and the actual amount of brain cells were both improved by meditation. So you just think, like you say, if this was a practice, just a normal thing that we did as standard, then health-wise, it makes you wonder what kind of significant benefits it would have in the long run.
No, definitely, you're right. In terms of improving cognitive processes, memory, it's fantastic. There's so many benefits that you can kind of see now, why things like Headspace and my phone now has an inbuilt, if you've got a Samsung.
I've got Samsung,
the health app in it has suggested exercise type workouts, but also it's got meditations. It's really cool, but they clearly see, or like just one is like a breathing pattern, so you can set it for 5 minutes and it will just help you doing like the box breathing sort of thing.
Which again, how many people these days are taking 10 minutes out of their decision-making, problem-solving brain to just be? You know, like, you only have to see the fact that it's trending on social media to raw dog a walk without your earphones in, or without being on...
Raw dog a walk, I love that.
You've seen that's the term that they use.
No, I understand it though.
Yeah, I do,
Jesus.
yeah. But it's like, as older ones are like, that's not what it meant when I was younger. No, I think they're aware of that. They're just rehashing the term.
I love the idea of it. Like raw dog in life, that's without medication.
Yeah,
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like.
And that's the thing, we've used it in those medication forms, and then now it's being used as in like, so this one lad is doing a 1 hour raw dogging a day, and where he's just sitting. That sounded awful, actually.
I'm raw dogging.
But where he's just sitting in a chair for an hour. And for a young person, that is absolutely radical, because we discussed this slightly over message in between the podcast episodes, that when we were younger, and any of our younger listeners are going to be kind of not be able to understand this, but phones didn't come out till I was about 14. So prior to that, you were genuinely bored at times. So you would just flop on your bed and stare at the ceiling, and you'd be kind of making patterns out of the ceiling, or you'd go downstairs and you'd do a tiss over on the sofa, and then you would stare at the wall whilst being upside down. You know, there were certain...
Oh my God, you just unlocked a, like, yeah, how many times have I seen that painting upside down?
Yeah.
How many times have I seen the underneath of my grandma's coffee table? Like, why would I know what that looks like? Clearly.
It's bringing back these weird memories, like...
I have to lay under there like, huh.
Just stare. But that in itself is scrying or meditating, because we were in our own heads, we were like exploring our internal worlds, you know.
Yeah, there's much to be said about the amount of... Our brain's taking a lot of information every second. And now, in modern times, even worse, because it is... Even when we first got phones, it wasn't years until we weren't bored on them.
You couldn't access the
you
internet.
Needed 10p to send a text.
Yeah.
You know how expensive they were to call? People would be like...
No, you
like,
never rang, did you?
Call them up, call the home phone. It's like, why do we have these for ages? There was no internet. Like, you had to also assume that the person you were messaging had credit.
Yeah, because sometimes there was even receiver costs, wasn't there?
Like, it just because we had the phone doesn't mean we weren't bored, or weren't like... We definitely weren't just given all the information, like...
Smartphones
people that are
didn't
getting
come
a
out
phone.
till I was like 20 odd.
Yeah, and even when they did, they were so slow.
Yeah,
it was like
no accessing
pictures
the internet.
loading one by one. Like, it wasn't worth it.
But I do feel like that has had a significant impact.
Yeah.
The world's busier, we're taking in more, and we're actually being less. So there is a lot to be said for building this habit into your everyday life, because, you know, sometimes when I'm like, right, I'm going to meditate, I light my candle, set a timer on my phone, deep breath, and like go into the meditation, sometimes it's just a relief to just stop, you know. But unless I built that into my day, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and I guess it's easier, right? If you're going through your day, you're like, I've got enough on, right? And you want me to have 10 minutes to meditate. And I realise that that's how it sounds in that frame.
That's how I felt about it for years.
Do you not feel like now that you give yourself those 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, that the rest of your day goes smoother?
Yeah, that's the catch-22, isn't it?
It's like, it's almost like the exercising to lengthen your life, but how much are you spending on exercising? I think it's got a better argument than exercise, really.
Yeah.
It does work.
Yeah, it's weird how much you will put off sitting and doing nothing, though. It's like you're not even asking anything of yourself, no expectation. You're just literally asking yourself to just sit, and you're like, no, I can't do that. And that says a lot.
Especially for that ADHD brain as well.
Yeah.
That where you're used to constantly thinking about stuff. And you're like, I always get to the point where I'm like, yeah, of course I can sit. And I'm sat and I'm like, wait, how do I not think?
Yeah, how long have I done this for? 30 seconds.
And I had it painted to me that when you meditate, like, you disappear from this plane and you cannot hear anything around you. And don't get me wrong, some people are very capable of doing that.
Yeah.
But the average person, especially if you're just starting, I've never meditated and left my body, had an experience that's blah, blah, blah. Do you know, it's never really happened.
I've only done it after a severe conscious connected breathwork session. So you're a bit off your nut on oxygen.
Yeah, you've already got the practitioners working your loosey-goosey little things. But that's, that shows how much work you'd have to do to get to that experience once. And I think just having that expectation of what is meditation being put to me and that is literally just living in the moment, not thinking of tomorrow, the next minute, the minute before.
Yeah, it's harder than you'd think till you go to try to do it.
Yeah, and it's certain things that you think of, like you said earlier. What do you use to ground you? A lot of people use their breath.
Yeah.
So just concentrating on your breath, and you're like, okay, well, I can do that. I can think about my breath. And then you can feel it going up and down, and before you know it, your brain has gone to something else. And it will happen every time.
Then you're like, I shouldn't be planning what I'm having for my dinner tonight. Come on, bring it back.
Similarly, when you start to improve, you'll have those moments where you're like, I've been thinking about, I've not gone off.
Yeah.
And then you distract yourself by congratulating yourself internally. So it's still always going to be a practice. And that's why we call it a practice, and not just a given. Having
a nice, compassionate internal voice, because if you're then going, you're such an idiot, you can't even do this right, why are you thinking about that? Like, that's not the place that you need to be coming from. So I can't remember if I said this on the podcast last week, I might have, but I soothe myself by saying, now's not the time, babe. So I call myself babe because it reminds me of being younger and an adult saying, come here, babe, and me feeling really like loved. Like my dad would call me babe if he was in a good mood, and like the association is very like held. So when
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so
it's like someone's got me.
Yeah, someone strong has got me. So when I'm in my meditation state, I'm like, come on, babe, now's not the time. And so it's like, that's my way of being compassionate towards myself, is using that kind of language that I recognise as being a supportive language.
Yeah, your brain has already got associations with what that term means, what that word means.
So it's like I really do talk to myself in that voice of like, come on, babe, now's not the time for that. So it's really gentle, it's not chastising, it's just like a reminder.
I love that.
But also,
that's lovely. I love that.
You use it. I will. But even like Steph just said about the taking a break and you being more productive. So when in the past when I've been hyper focusing on writing a book, and I'm I know I'm not going to be finished for weeks and weeks on end. So I'm like, I need to get like loads done today and blah blah blah. And then my mum would ring me for a walk, and I'd be like, and I'd be in this two minds of like, I don't want to leave my laptop because I've got so much to do. But anytime I went for the walk, I would feel so much better and more productive and able to then continue in a better headspace. But remembering that each time and actually putting it into practice each time is hard, because you want to avoid it. You're like, but I just can't afford 20 minutes. I can't afford to come off task for that time, but actually it will do you the world of good.
Oh God, yeah. And we understand it in like workplace practices. When you've got like these safety office people that will look at like, how you sat at your desk, blah, blah, blah. Are you happy? The lights and stuff like that. That sort of stuff can be brought into account. It's all very much monitored. So we do know that it exists. It's just about making sure that people, the individual, know the benefits and
feel encouraged to try it.
Yeah, not put off, not too scared.
Well, especially our neurodivergent brains, because it's. And sorry to keep referencing you, Peter. I'm not sure if you're in the chat this week, but it was a really positive that he brought that comment up of I can't meditate, because I felt exactly the same, and I still can't meditate very well, but that doesn't stop me from trying, as often as I can. I want to get to a daily practice, but again, I'm not there yet. But
and that's the point. You don't have to be reaching this high level of like where you've just ascended everything. You can just be that practice of 5 minutes to yourself, practicing, staying, just thinking of the here and now.
Group meditation though. So Steph and I and another lady meditated together for a few weeks, and that the difference between doing it with other people, how quickly and deeply you can go with other people, which you'd think that you'd be more on edge because other people are there, but it helps.
No, definitely.
So the craft series, I've been doing like a witchy workshops these past few weeks, and we've meditated at the start of each. And the first week that we did it, I was nervous because it was the first time I was kind of guiding that and stuff. But I did it, and the minute I kind of closed my eyes, usually it takes a minute to really kind of get into it, But the minute I did it, my little landscape where I visit was busy. There was loads of like people walking around. So I knew it was all of the people that were hanging around them in their energy. And then this kind of like white owl flew down and I said it to the group after, and then there was a bird appeared, and like this other woman went, if it was a white owl, that was mine. And I was like, oh, what? And I was like, I thought it was flapping. But I thought, how beautiful is that like when we're meditating together, we're experiencing each other's energy as well. So I think there's a lot to be said for meditating with a group of friends.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's this kind of the same as exercising. It's something that I put off when I'm on my own, and I can easily like disregard and be like, nah, whatever. When I'm with a group and everyone's doing it, not do I only feel like I want to do it more, but it holds me accountable. I'm like, well, I can't just stop or just like get up and be like, nah, whatever. Like there. And yeah, I think the first time that I remember doing like a group meditation, I think it was when I was learning to be a counsellor. I remember the first time being like, is everyone looking at me? And it's really strange. And I remember having to look round and realising everyone else was taking it seriously. And it was kind of like, oh.
No one else wants to get the giggles.
Yeah, it wasn't school anymore where like you'd have wanted like a few people like, doing weird stuff or whatever. Like it was like, oh no, adults are learning. Okay, I should be one of them. And just from being forced by that, collective, it helped me definitely.
Yeah, defo. The group thing.
I'm also a lot better with guided meditation.
Yeah.
I feel that you can take me somewhere and leave me, but take me there.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't have that internal image that a lot of people, because some people have got like a real strong,
this
like,
is a
I
good
can
point.
see this.
Yeah, point to raise.
I very much have, it's a knowing that it's there. Like when you say apple, everyone close their eyes and picture an apple. You will be able to either see it in like the most detailed, you can see like the bite marks that a bug has made on a leaf, that sort of detail. Whereas some people, it will literally feel more like a
feeling,
blurred.
that it's there.
Yeah, like I know what an apple looks like, therefore, yeah, sure, there's an apple figure in front of me. If someone was to say, okay, now draw what you see, I can't quite.
Yeah, my canvas itself is kind of like red and black. It's like the inside of my eyelids.
Yeah.
So it's but like you say, I can visualize it because I can imagine it. It's hard to know, innit, to what detail are people conjuring these images in their head.
I had a lecturer that literally, she used to hate I'm sure I've told this story before, she used to hate the dentist and didn't go for years, but she got to the point of becoming a therapist, and she taught herself to go to her happy space, which was, she was from Cyprus, and when she was really hot as a kid, she'd lie on the cold tile floors, and it was just like a calming, and she'd get to the point where she was like, I'm just on the tiles, I'm not in the dentist anymore, I can just disappear. And oh wow, that sounds fun. I've never been able to do that, but the goal isn't to necessarily be that, right? If you want to keep trying and that's something that you want to try and help you with some sort of phobia, then fantastic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be that hardcore. This is just about giving your brain a bit of time to relax, to meet the brain waves that are conducted for like actually doing stuff, not just panicking and
you find that your inspiration will drop in then, don't you, because you've actually gave yourself time. Like I think we were talking last week with the spirit guides thing, that they want to be asked questions, that they want you to contact and to communicate with them, but you're asking a question, when do you expect to receive the answer if you're not going to quieten your brain and give your brain that time?
No, definitely.
And it might not be during the meditation that you kind of get a hardcore message, but that's you opening the doors and giving your brain that space that it needs. That, it might be like a few hours later you're cooking, and then you're suddenly like, oh my God, that's the solution that I was after, or whatever, but it's giving your brain that chance to
definitely
receive it.
I'm enjoying the comparisons of things from like that. Like I could say the same about therapy. Very rarely does the moment happen in therapy.
Yeah.
It's later on when
it's
you're
like shifting the
washing
sand
up, and or someone will do something, they'll demonstrate what the counsellor was talking about, or what you kind of, and you'd be like, that's it.
Yeah. It's like, because again, with tutoring, I work with youngsters that have got sensory processing. And sometimes I can see that they're just having a day where nothing is shifting. The connections aren't happening. I know the information's in there, but they're finding it really hard to get everything to line up, is how I visualize it. So it's like, right, let's stand up, have a good shake, let's play a little game, like start catching and throwing, using different things. And then you go back to that spelling and they can tell you the spelling straight away. So it's there's something in it for getting stuck in that stagnant energy.
It is a stagnant, fusty. Like, if I was to draw it, it would be
Heavy.
like a grey, heavy cloud of like gelatinous, like, ugh, and you can clear that by. Yeah, I love that. That's wicked.
And even like you were saying about, I can't remember what you were actually saying, but you were saying something at the start of this conversation about the science behind the idea of what it's actually doing for your brain. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, the spiritual. So it might jog your memory of what you're saying, that the spiritual counterpart to that would be that those things that are happening are communications from the universe, or that was it. It was the empathy thing.
Right.
So you were saying about the empathy increasing. And in my mind, I was thinking, but is that because the more you meditate, the more you connect and realize that you are part of this bigger group, and that the individual experience of I is something that everybody is experiencing. It's not unique, like we are all having an individual experience of I. And that is the meditation just helping increase empathy, because it's actually connecting you on a deeper level to the shared conscious. You see what I mean? Like,
No, definitely.
It could be.
When you look at these research depicting like why that thing ended up that way, isn't always necessarily because you did that thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can look at it and be like, and this is why we look at research, what are the other considering factors around it?
Yes, so they started volunteering at a homeless shelter at the same time, then of course your empathy should hopefully increase.
If you were to be like, people that meditate have higher empathy, just that in general, well, you could say the people that were wanting to meditate are naturally more open-minded to that sort of thing, and therefore they are also involved in other areas that help them. A lot of, and I say it honestly all the time because I'd rather put it out there. There's a lot of therapists that'll be like, you can't tell people that. Bullshit. There is a huge school of thought that says therapy works because it just gives someone an hour to think about themselves, talk about themselves, and to have someone care.
Yeah, there's no magical kind of like ingredient. It's just the simple fact.
And you can spread that across breath work, meditation, going to the dentist.
Even
some people just being able to lie there for 20 minutes is like, I quite like the dentist.
I've laid down for a smear test and been glad for the chance to lie down, and said to the doctor, like, God, it feels nice to actually lie down for 5 minutes, and they're looking at me like I'm insane.
How many times when you go to breath work do people just fall asleep?
Yeah, because they never switch
People
off.
are exhausted.
But I have the same with tutoring. I quite often say, so the parent is beating themselves up because nothing they're doing is working, but it's just because they're the parent. Me going in as an outsider and saying exactly the same thing and doing exactly the same thing the parent does just works better because I'm not the parent saying it. It's not like a magic thing. It's just, that's just the way it works. Like human nature. Hear me.
Oh, to be a parent. Bless you guys. Definitely meditate. If you've got kids and you don't meditate, oh my word. Give it a go, please.
I'm just having a little quick look in the chat because we've got 15 minutes to go.
Okay.
So off you're not on oxygen, explanation spot on. That's Kat laughing because she's done breath work with me, so she understands that it really does make you feel like you've taken some hardcore drugs.
Yeah. Guys, it's free.
I would, get high on your own supply. I would recommend it all day long. Breathing with Grace, check her out. Dane saying he'd get imposter syndrome doing meditation in a group, and that's kind of like what you were saying, that like you're like peeking, like is everyone else taking it seriously, or am I going to open my eyes and everyone's staring at me?
I just have to be reminded that like, no, you're the one that's not taking this seriously. Right, gotcha, cool.
But again, that imposter syndrome of feeling like you're missing something, like everyone else has got this part that I must be missing, and they can do it better than I can, they can do it properly, but
That's all stopping you from being able to meditate because you're not talking to yourself in a kind, compassionate way.
And realising that all of us are probably having the same self-talk in that 20 minutes, like, just shut up, babe, come on.
We all have it. Like, I'm very serious about meditation, understand the benefits of it. We both do.
Yeah.
But there's still things that will happen when we meditate together. Like, there's a noise in the background that will make us both go like, well... Yeah, like we're back in the room.
And it like brings you out of it, and there's no denying that happened. Like there was once, I don't know whether, I think it was here, so I don't think you were actually part of the circle, but because the yard that I'm on can be quite active, and they started like dragging a metal trailer like backwards and forwards around the car park. Like you've never heard a racket like it, and it got to the point where it was like, okay, a little bit of distraction's great practice, but that is like ridiculous. Like, are they doing that on purpose? Do they know what we're doing in here?
Stop the witchcraft.
They're meditating again. I mean, so I've got two things I want to say at the same time. What do I do? I'll come back to the chat in a sec. So there's again, like a thought, a belief, a theory that just by someone meditating in an area, that they are increasing the abundance and the prosperity and the energetic feel of that whole area. So there's a guy that kind of will go and sit in an airport, for example, and he'll just meditate deeply. And he's trying to show
doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, well, he's trying to show
place on this planet
that by him doing that, his energy is then boosting everybody in that vicinity, and he's trying to share this message that if we all meditated more, we would see a drastic improvement in a collective.
All animals feed off other animals' energy.
Yeah,
that's what we do before language was ever the thing.
Yeah, because there's that culture of like, if someone's beating someone up, a pack mentality. So I suppose it's got to work the other way positively as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'll find that I'm always drawn to people that are like positive / confident and know what they're doing, because I'm like, that's a person that will help you survive. But
I'm always drawn to autistic and ADHD people. But like, I've joked as well that where I am living in the bus at the minute on the outskirts of a village, that I am that modern day time example of the witch on the outskirts of the village that's there doing the rituals and like doing their bit.
Wait, do kids have stories about you that they've made up? That's hilarious.
Yeah, probably that weirdo that lives in
I'm going to make them up. There's the local school and be like, have you heard about the big witch in the bus?
Yeah.
Be like,
but it makes me feel like when I'm meditating, I'm not just meditating for me, I'm meditating for the health of the earth, that I'm helping the earth itself by doing my bit type thing, which again, as somebody that's constantly looking for ways to improve people's lives, it actually took the pressure off me following this lad and kind of getting into this theory that me meditating can help the collective, because then it's like, okay, there is something proactive that I can do
definitely.
regularly that's going to help.
Even if we were to look at it as like, okay, what else are the surrounding factors and why, just from you being an open-minded person allows us to show that there was going to be a thing to that. You could see me like losing it.
Oh, bless you. That's like, sometimes you have days where it's worse, don't you, where you keep losing your train of thought.
It's just that I gotta say something and I realise I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm like, but
hoping that it's going to finish as you talk, channeling it.
It's just like, we all just want to eat our snack, right? Just get on with it, so just carry it, I'll just leave it.
Dane's putting here, Lynn's the urban legend. There will be urban legends in this area of...
I'm spreading them.
I'm going to spread them. That sounds great. So we've got Reflection 2026. I hope you're still there. Has commented, I've failed my electrician's exams 3 times and I've decided to try meditation to see if that helps. So, you know, and I think, why not? Why not give your brain the space, the opportunity to perhaps process on a subconscious level information that you might not be so good at processing when you're in that thinking space of mind.
Yeah, if it's improving memory, if it's improving cognitive processes, that's the shit
Why
that you
wouldn't?
need when you're studying and you're wanting to learn stuff.
Yeah, I'd say do a little 5-minute meditation before you study and 5-minute meditation after each time, and try to build that practice in, and even like meditate before you do the exam.
Yeah.
See if you can kind of, and ask your spirit team, say. So if you missed last week's episode, it's going to sound a bit weird, but I am weird.
I've got a team.
Everybody, in my belief, has got this spirit team around them that is just waiting for you to ask for their help. And so if you say, look, I really want to pass this electrician's exam, can you send me any support that you can, any way of getting through it? Then be open to the signs, because it might be that an app pops up that could help you, or it might be that you might have asked, you might have prayed, you've now watched this podcast, and the meditation is the answer, you know, is that tool that you could use to support it.
Imagine if people start getting like Headspace adverts now. We're on commission, you know. I'm on commission. I've just been...
Do you know, I'm going to say that they're not a bad one to reach out to for sponsorship in future. Yeah, that's a good... They always want examples, don't they? Like, well, actually, we've already promoted you for free.
Yeah, everyone actually go and download it and put it.
And then say you got it from us. So, are you going to talk them through conscious eating then? Because that's a good way to eat anyway, isn't it? Without the telly on, consciously.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost the ability to do it, right? We're running out of time, so we're yamming stuff down. I've always eaten fast because my parents eat fast, so I've just learned, like, you get it down.
Yeah, see, I'm such a slow eater, aren't I?
But you will learn that it's probably the reason why I've been a bigger girl most of my life and you've been on the smaller end.
Because you feel like you're overeating.
The human body generally has around 20 minutes of hunger time to keep eating.
Yeah.
If you can eat slower, then you will consume less within that time.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like,
if you go to an all you can eat, it's like eat as fast as you can, because otherwise you're gonna be your brain's gonna go, I'm full now,
and you'll still only want one plate of food like you normally have.
And I paid £20 for this all you can eat buffet.
So worth it. At least it's like sushi, and I've got this, and I've got that.
Yeah, and the pancake all on one plate.
I don't know why I said sushi. I hate sushi.
I love sushi. I'd be there. I'd be there on the sushi.
You can have my sushi. So, go and grab a snack. I thought I was going to chuck this across then because it was open. Oh my god! Just hit the. Go and get a snack. If you've not got one already, I'll give you a little time. We'll wait. But the idea of this demonstration is to give you an insight. For anyone that says, I don't know how to meditate, I can't meditate, I'm going to prove to you right now that you can.
Peter's just popped up in the chat. Hey girls, sorry I'm late. Been a crazy day. So
we've been talking to you this whole stream.
No, yeah, you need to watch this one back because it's for you. Peter, True Vibes Clothing. Shout out.
Shout out to True Vibes Clothing, indeed. Go and get your snack, Peter. So if anyone else can pause this and you'll come back to it, go and get your snack. But we're going to start with just one bite. Literally that. Did you want some? Did you want to follow?
Please, that's all right.
I've realised I'm not going to do it because I want to talk and I'm just going to be like chocolatey mouthed and
really?
boring. So,
okay. So yeah, I'll do it alongside that. I will never turn down a piece of
be
Milky
my
Way.
in-person.
I love Milky Way.
So take a little piece off. Now, before this goes anywhere near your mouth,
You look round, I've already ate it. Sorry, I'll eat another piece.
I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In as if you're smelling a flower, out as if you're blowing the petals off.
God, that's giving me a head rush.
And now we're going to settle the breath. A lot of people tell you which kind of patterns to breathe in. I am a believer of whatever's comfortable. Now we've just got that bit of oxygen given to the prefrontal cortex. Yeah, a bit of science. Now our brain's a lot more open and receptive. So, before we take, again, we're still holding the snack. Be careful. Some of you are like,
like at 3 snacks in the explanation.
doing this with kids is hilarious because you know they're not listening to you. They just want to eat that Haribo.
Oh, bless them.
Sorry, is it Milton?
No, it's fine. A bit of chocolate had fell off, but I've just pushed it back on.
If it's Milton or whatever, feel free to put it on the table in front of you. But I just want you to notice what your body feels like. First of all, the seat that you're sitting in, the ground that you're resting on, wherever you seem to be placed. Maybe you're stood up. What is supporting you underneath? Is it the floor? And how does it make contact with your body? How does that feel to be supported by whatever it is that's supporting you? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel that there's a bit of extra weight leaning to one side that maybe you need to balance out a little bit to make it a bit more comfortable? The next thing I want you to look into is the smell of the air, the smell of everywhere.
Can you smell my jacket potato?
I can smell your jacket potato and it smells lovely. I'm jealous I've not got a jacket potato to get home to.
I know, I feel really bad. Like, if I'd got two, I'd have put it in. Like,
Cheers, Lindsay.
it's actually smelling cooked in time as well.
So yeah, you're just noticing everything around you, the smells, the sounds. Maybe you could just hear me yammering right now. And then we're going to take the food and very slowly just take it to your nose. Give it a sniff. Now, when you're doing this without me, you won't have me. You can solely focus on the food itself. What does it smell like? And not only what does it smell like, when you smell it, what happens to your body? Do you notice, ooh, my brain feels sweet?
Yeah, it does. It like perks me up. It gets me excited.
Yeah, my taste buds are like starting to get juicy whenever that salivate. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to say that sounded horrible.
I don't want to eat this now. Now, well done, guys. We're here. Let's pop it in our mouths ever so slowly. That first bite, the goal here is to eat this as slowly as you can. I think that's the best way to put it. And with each movement, each second that goes by, really process. It might be easier to close your eyes and just to put yourself with you and that snack. The texture on your tongue. Are there certain tastes that are popping up from other parts of your mouth? Maybe under your tongue. Maybe it's getting really like sludgy and fudgy if you've got a nice thick goody treat. Sometimes if you're eating peanut butter, you might be like, I can barely move my tongue right now. But it's the idea of just being there. And then when you start to think of something else, I'm not letting you right now. When you do this on your own, this is when you and having this physical thing is helping you have that tangible thing to hold on to, right?
The focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
So I imagine you've eaten your snack by now. If you've not, well done. If you're still like really
I've
slowly
tried
going through
meditative
it.
chocolate before and I'm like, like suck until it's gone. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, like, I didn't even last 30 seconds. It's so hard.
So if you've got brothers and sisters and you're used to sharing your treats, you're probably quite good at either getting rid of it real quickly or making small bits last a long time.
Yeah, it like if I had something like that, I'll eat all the chocolate off
the
of
chocolate
it all the
bars.
way. Yeah, it's like messing with your food, but really you're savouring it. It's like, no, I'm just making it last.
What kind of psychopath just bites into a Milky Way? What's that all about? So when you are turning this information that you've just learned into your meditative practice, this is what I mean by bringing that focus. You're not going to have that chocolate, but can you still, if I was to ask you, think of the taste of a Milky Way right now.
It's like I can still hone in on all of those sensations.
Yeah, if that's something that helps you ground. Like I said, some people use their breathing. So again, the feeling of the breath, what it's doing to the body as it expands, contracts.
Yeah, the warmth of it coming in, or the coolness of it coming in, and the warmth of it leaving.
No, definitely. And
can I just add in as well about the smell sense, something that I just find really fascinating. So when you sniff anything, your sense of smell is your only sense out of your five senses that is directly linked to your fight or flight, as in your survival mechanism. Because when you smell something, your body is getting ready to tell you if it's safe or not. And obviously if it smells bad, then it's a survival thing. It's like, do not eat that. But actually when it comes to overstimulation with your senses, if you are stressed, your sense for bad smells heightens because your body is preparing, for attack or whatever. So the one sense that it wants to, to make sure you're really on guard for is your sense of smell. And then you can smell bad things more, which will stress you out. And it's a feedback loop, like if you're not aware, which is why I'm bringing it up, just to make you aware of it. Because I've been in situations before where they're getting close to a meltdown. And as part of that meltdown, they're like, and that bin stinks. And like, or they're smelling themselves like, and I stink, and it's like, you don't stink, you're just getting yourself stressed, so now your senses are heightened, so now you feel like you can smell things, which is then actually making it worse.
No, definitely. That's
so
a really good point to make.
Yeah, it just made me think when I thought, oh, it smells lovely, and then I thought, oh, my body's preparing itself in case it doesn't smell nice.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, really weird.
I think it's interesting that smell is the only one that you can't recall. You have to have something with that smell to get it again.
Yeah.
So with music, you can recall a song. With sights, you can recall what sort of sound.
Yeah.
Taste, you can generally be like, oh yeah, it was kind of like a nutty flavour. With smell, you cannot do that with. It's a really, like, you can kind of maybe trick yourself into being like, yeah, this is what my, but it's not until
You smell
something
it
goes
again.
past and you're like, that smells like my nursery school.
Yeah.
You don't know how, but your brain takes you straight there. And it's like, I can't bring that smell up now to describe it or to bring it to someone. It's very strange. Very personal to each person, isn't it?
What are these senses? So I recognise this word, but I don't know how to say it.
Olfactory senses.
So they're a big part in self-preservation instincts. Scat.
The olfactory is part of the brain, right?
Okay. All right. So maybe it's just
Olfactory is a part. God.
I know that the
System.
system of senses type thing. Okay. And then, what's your jacket potato filling?
Beans.
Chili and cheese is my favourite, but I've not actually got any chili. Which weirdly, the other week, I was gonna buy some tin chili. Then I checked all the ingredients, and I was like, if there's more than like 5 ingredients, then I really shouldn't be buying it. You know, when you're like, yes, and what's that, and what's that? Like, I was just like, no, just have cheese.
No, love, I buy Rustler's burgers. Don't worry about it. I can't relate.
So I didn't get the chili, and then I went to my mum's that weekend, and she was like, "Oh, I made a chili from scratch yesterday, and I've got your portion." Oh my god! So I had jacket potato with homemade chili and cheese, and it was amazing. I know, what a legend.
I'd love some too, Ali.
And Peter, if you go on my website, busdifferent.com, our website, sorry. I'm so it's like Steph isn't always sitting by me when I say my website. It's like when a sibling, like one of my younger siblings, sometimes says my dad. I'm like, our dad.
To be fair, I've done no work on that website. You very much got.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's not just like my website. But yeah, if you go on the website, the festival dates are all on there now. They're all updated. So feel free to have a look, see what we're booked in to go to. And if there's any that you fancy.
The website is in the description.
Yeah, busdifferent.com. And if you go into the Bus Different page, it should have them all listed actually on there. So yeah, just in case I forget to send you it in a bit, you can check directly on the website.
How exciting, guys. This year you could actually come and see us.
At so many festivals. Yeah, that goes for all of you. Go and check. The festival list is up there, fully booked now. I can't imagine that there might be more going in the September time perhaps, but it is literally like chock-a-block, so very exciting times.
Honestly, get to us, come and say hi. Literally, I'm waiting for the day that we're doing something like this and someone's like, I watched the podcast.
Yeah, I'm
So
whatever
hug you.
whatever username it is, we're like, oh my god.
Protect this person at all costs. Don't stop watching.
There is someone, to be fair, that comments on my TikTok that lives just around the corner from where Carry On Crafting is.
Oh, very
so they
cool.
have said that they'll come and see us this year, so we'll see.
Do you remember the crochet couple?
Yeah.
So I messaged them, coolest people ever. Oh my god, I aspire to be like this pair.
Really cool. Really nice couple as well, weren't they?
They posted about like this year and what they're doing. I was like, oh guys, are you going back to Carry On Crafting Festival? And their reply was like the coolest, like, oh god, I aspire to be that cool. It was like, yeah, we're hoping to go this year, but we very much live in the moment, so we're not sure. And I was like, God, you're so cool.
That is cool. But that is
So
also,
jealous.
isn't that the benefits of like a retirement life?
Yeah, man. And like, they
Van
clearly,
life.
this couple, like, they're not like they sleep in separate rooms. They're just together because why would you
They
find
actually
someone
want
else?
to be together.
They are best mates.
Yeah.
Like, she's crocheting both their outfits and he will wear them. And not just like, oh, she wants me to. He's like, I look great in these.
They are really nice. They met at a Buddhist meditation conference.
Yes.
So they were both on their own little kind of healing journey, and that's when they met, which I think is a really good time to discover someone later on in life when you're both on the same kind of journey, or self-awareness journey. So very inspiring couple. But yeah, that is the show. Another show.
That is the show.
That is the show. Sorry if I got your hopes up that it was going to be an exciting announcement.
No, it's beautiful. I really liked this episode. I think it was good.
And I hope that we've inspired some of you to start your meditation practice 5 minutes a day, just trying. And bear in mind that actually the increased times are kind of easier in a way because you have longer to get there. You know, you can keep bringing yourself back.
It's not. Sometimes you'll be like, "Oh my god, I feel like I've been here for ages," and you'll look at the clock and you're like, "It's been a minute."
Yeah.
But sometimes you could do it and you're like, I think it's about it now. And you think you've not done very long and you're like, I can't do it. And you go to look down and my phone will very often be a few minutes away from, or like a few seconds, from when it was ending. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so maybe you have
I did do 10 minutes.
You have drifted more than what you've realised.
Yeah. And it won't be like the better I get at meditating, the less that's it. It literally goes. It depends what my day's been like, how my life is going at that point, where my environment is right now.
The thing this is, again, a bit of a tangent, but so the thing that I find fascinating is when I am in meditation, sometimes I'll get into this space where I am just looking at my eyelids or whatever it is I'm looking at, like, because it's like that weird red space.
It is dark and red, isn't it?
Yeah, and well, mine is. Sometimes am I looking at my brain because of my eyeballs turned up and looking up, and it's the bottom of my brain, or is it sectioned off? But
trying to feel where my things are. No, I'm definitely looking forward.
but yeah, so now and again I'll get patterns or colours that are kind of like they're shooting in like this. And they're like spreading outwards. And
almost like you're going through like stars.
Yeah.
Like rushing past.
Yeah, but I'm like observing them, but not too strongly, because if you try and think about it, then they disappear.
Yes.
But it's like, and from some of the research that I've done, some people believe that is your DNA being upgraded, or you're being given light language, which is like an ancient form of communication.
Light language.
But it's like the idea is that you are receiving from the realms some kind of upgrade, but spiritual upgrade, cleansing, unlocking DNA strands that you hadn't previously unlocked. But that fascinates me because I don't know what's happening when that's happening. But it's like, ooh, if that's, good for me, that's brilliant. Keep
I remember
it
as a kid, very similar, like we used to stare at walls, we used to whatever. Yeah. I used to rub my eyes till I got a sensation of like I was travelling out of this universe.
Yeah! You'd almost like push them, like.
To the point of like, you just gotta get to the white light, and then past the white light, many times I was scared, you'd see the white light and be like, no. And then I'd push through it, and all there is on the other side is grey.
I wonder where you were going. Me and my brother used to do this really weird thing when we'd go shopping with my mum. Hang our heads inside the freezers, like get our heads right in and sniff as hard as we could. And it felt like there would be these two little flaps that go in your nose. Like we didn't understand what was happening, but both of us agreed that something was happening. And it would
I want to try it now.
Honestly, when I look back, I think people must have seen these kids with their heads right in the freezers, like sniffing in as hard as we could, and then we'd be laughing. It didn't happen straight away. You'd have to work at it, and then it would happen. It'd be like, oh my God.
See Lindzi in your local Audi, you'd be like,
honestly, crazy.
I want to try as an adult. It's happening.
I feel like a nice topic to move on to for next week that leads on from this would be like placebo effect, visualization, the benefits that can have.
Love that. Okay.
Okay, cool. Because I was thinking then, or is it too close to meditation? But it's that you mentioned earlier about meditation having those positive impacts on cancer patients and stuff, and the visualization / placebo effect leans into that. That along with physical recovery, visualization can aid, along with physical exercises. Visualization can aid recovery and stuff.
Definitely.
So, and placebo effect fascinates me, quite frankly, because I feel like it leans into the fact that manifestation must be real.
I mean, the fact that, I don't know what else to say about it. I'm too excited. I've got 7 things I want to say at once.
Oh, me, I love it. I love it. I hate it when that happens.
I can't wait for next. Can you wait for next week? I'm very excited.
We'll drink an alcohol-free beer and see how drunk we can get on placebo effect.
Oh, I'm actually down.
Oh my God.
Should we just take a load of fake things?
Yeah, like we should play roulette where it's like, I don't know if the beer's alcoholic or not. I've not drank since 2022, so I think you would be able to tell if I started falling.
Yeah, I'm
all over
less
the-
like okay with you doing that, but like whatever. I haven't got any. I was about to say I haven't got any morals. That's not what I meant to say.
Brilliant. But yeah, I think that's a good one for next week then.
That's
Placebo
quite
effect.
interesting.
Yeah.
I've just given you 1,000 milligram gummy, or have I?
Yeah, is it just a
As
habit?
the episode's going on, I'm like.
Oh god. Yeah, we're
Right.
sure we've all got stories about that, so we'll save them for next week.
Ain't it? And if you're curious about what I meant by the rubbing your eyes thing, don't do it. It's not good for your eyes. It's not like if you didn't do it as a kid, don't try it now.
Yeah.
It's too silly. And we'll give you a headache, so don't worry about it. You won't actually travel anywhere. It's just what you can see behind your eyes. Imagine some people listening that don't understand sarcasm or like aren't too good with. They need logic. Very
Yeah. They do all the food thing, following your instructions. Then after they're like, I'll finish with a good eye rub. No, please don't.
I realised I never said open your eyes if you want to as well. Some people were just sat there like,
Still waiting. Just left them there.
yeah, this was awesome. This is
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Everyone that's in the chat, shout out. And
shout out, you beautiful people.
yeah, if you've not liked or subscribed to the channel, please do so.
I'm terrible at remembering to remind you guys to do
Yeah,
that.
you know the drill, but it helps.
really helps, and I'm not above begging. I'm here begging. Yeah, please give us a like, hit the notification bell, so that you don't miss us next week talking about placebo effect.
Brilliant.
And until then, have a fantastic week. Do you want the rest of that?
No, you have it. You
I mean,
take
you can definitely.
I don't have had my fingers all over it. After telling you about my toilet nightmare as well.
Food everywhere. Like you didn't even go. No. I was like, whatever.
Toilet was overflowing. I didn't know if it was Milky Way or poo on my hands. It's fine. Just bus life.
You could definitely have this now. But have you got any papers to shuffle?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it made me laugh last
Yes.
time. Night, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do, 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 do.